Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at the Behringer Cat and how to create a Mellow 70s style flute patch. So if you just want to pause this, you can copy what's here. I'll explain what's going on as well, but here's the sound. And we can change this sound into a pluck sound really easily as well. But first I'll go through how this is set up basically. So all this stuff you can see, it's just the pitch bend is set in the middle. So I've got this connected up to my little Arturia key step. You don't need to see that. And you'll hear that the LFO fades in here. So LFO delay is set up a little bit. And that's been modulated here. So first of all, tune it up. You know, that's up to you. Keyboard control here is set on mono. All the modulation switches are set up. We're only actually using two. We're only actually using this one here, which is controlling the pitch, as you just heard. Okay, and we're also using this one here. So this is controlling the filter. So I have this set to up, which is the ADSR. So the ADSR is controlling the filter. So the actual volume envelope, the amp envelope, is being controlled by the attack and release envelope here. So ADSR repeat is switched off. We don't need to worry about sample and hold, but I've got it on noise. And this is your LFO delay. So if I have this at 5 seconds, it's going to take, I'll make this exaggerated. It's going to take 5 seconds for that LFO to take effect. So we don't want it too drastic because we just want it to be like a bit of vibrato. I've got a little bit of attack. If we pull it back, it starts to get plucky. And if we pull the filter envelope back, which is this ADSR, it gets very plucky, which is nice. It changes the sound up. Also have a little bit of glide on here. Not too much. Oscillator 1, VCO 1, is just this triangle wave. And Oscillator 2 just has a little bit of square wave, but no modulation. That's pitch modulation. And this would be so you could bring up the modulation depth here, have this set on a sine wave for the LFO. Then we have some noise. Only a little bit, so it's like a breath. Then we have our, you can see how our filter's set here. We can make this a little bit more funky sounding by pushing the resonance up or the Q. And don't forget this has been controlled by this ADSR. can also do things like blend in a bit of sub oscillator if you want to. On either of the VCOs. Now, of course, it's a very dry sound, and you would very rarely use a synth sound like this without some effects. So I'm going to put in a reverb. So let me get my mouse over here. So I'm running this through the iPad. So I'm going to try this on Audio Kit's Rack Reverb, which is free. So I'm going to put it in now. And this will sound nice plucked as well. Or you could alternatively use a delay. So I'm going to use the Moog 104S delay. I'm going to put that in, and I'll turn the microphone down. Also add a bit of modulation too. So don't forget, you've only got one LFO, so it'll all be the same time. But because you've got so many different modulation options, so if we turn this up now, we're going to modulate this filter with the sine wave of the LFO, as well as also pitch. But of course we could go square. This is going to sound really weird. Sounds much more natural with and of course it's all going to still be affected by the same time LFO delay we have here. Let's take the attack off again. So we've got keyboard control. You can always blend in different pulse width now using this square wave. So if we take that delay off there now and put in just an ordinary reverb. Extremely sensitive controls, which is good, which means you can get a really massive wide variety of sounds. So there you go, guys. There is a 70s style. Take that down a bit. A 70s style mellow kind of flutey type lead, and different ways to vary it up without massively going away from your original sound, sort of thing. So really nice patch. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a Patreon, and I will see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching. Ta-da!